Me. Fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle. Let my spirit set me free. I want to fly. Oh, yeah. Fly like into the future.
I must know the truth, Master.
Fly like an eagle's fly.
I can't watch anymore.
Fly like an eagle's fly.
Enough is enough! Had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane! Everybody's strapped.
We're back. Welcome everybody to another installation of The Dark Council. My name, Fatal J, and I had a fatal day. Y'all smash that like button. Smash that like button right now because I might do a marathon, an entire marathon of this. I'm not going to do it. Just smash the like button. I'm asking you now. Luther. So this was the funny thing about my day. My day was going good at the job. And then I had to talk to one of the supervisors. And it wasn't the fact that this supervisor was saying anything bad or rude, but that breath. And you know when you're in that awkward situation where somebody is too close to you anyway, and their breath is so putrid. It got that metallic smell to it, to the point to where you get nauseated, and then your nostrils, if you got hairs, your nostrils, it seems like they tingling and burning. And maybe my supervisor ate a sandwich, a Subway sandwich, because sometimes when you eat a Subway sandwich and that ranch, it can give you that metallic. But people, be careful of your taste buds. Be careful of your tongue. When you brush your teeth, this is Dark Council PEA, PSA. Brush. And not only when you hit the teeth, get the toothbrush and scrub the back of the tongue. That's where the stank breath come from. You see this face I'm making right now? That's the face I had. And my supervisor thought I was just being focused on what they were saying. No. Lorena Creole, how you doing? You're muted.
There we go. Forgot to tap my mic on. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just telling everybody how my day. How was your day?
My day was pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Gotcha. Congratulations. I'm not going to put it out there until you put it out there, but congratulations.
Well, thank you. I finally have a new professional job.
Yeah.
which will
And it works out. It works out because I mean you've been there, you know.
been there, done that, and slapping
Yeah.
an NDA. Yes.
Tonight is going to get real interesting because one of the main topics of the night is something about Harry Potter. Now, of course, everybody, we're going to be talking about DCU news, Super Marvel news, Star Wars news, all that stuff we don't care about. We're going to be talking about that. But I really want Lorena's take because I'm thinking this is going to be real. But let me shout out everybody in the chat real quick. We got Double A in here. What up, Double A? He said, "Hail Fatal J." I got some many jokes for Harry Potter in this HBO part. We definitely gonna be talking about that because we got the wizard or wizardress. What do you call a female wizard?
Which?
Oh, a witch. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna call you that because I don't want to get killed. But we got the female wizard here, and she's gonna break all this down. We got Sandro in here. I am once again asking for your support. Like the stream, yes. Share the stream, yes. Report the stream if Fatal abuses the Marginal Cousin clip and enjoy the show. Hey, man, you're a fan of the show because you already know that's the Marginal Cousin. Thank you so much. We got A2D2 in here. Thank you so much for coming out. One of the best moderators ever. We got Bigger Ford in here. What up, man? Also,
Hey.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, my brother. I'm glad you're here, man. Stick around. Smash that like button. Let's get into it, though, because I know the fellas is coming. The margin I might be asleep. It's okay. He work hard. I got this right here from Cosmic Book News. This is what it says. It says, here we go.
Okay.
A new report claims upcoming Harry Potter series may take a different direction with one of its most iconic characters. A rumor says that auditions for Lord Voldemort are open to both men and women, meaning the Dark Lord could potentially be portrayed by a female actor. The news followed the controversial casting of, and I know I'm going to butcher this name, Lorena, Papa Aceto.
That's close. Yeah.
Okay, as Professor Severus Snape. Snape.
Yeah. Snape.
Now, based on this right here, now they saying this is a rumor report. Can you see them going the route of picking a female Voldemort character for Harry Potter?
That's a good question. Because they've already pissed fans off with the casting for Severus Snape.
Yeah.
So it would not surprise me if they did that. Because from what I understand, J.K. Rowling really did not have any input into who was cast. That's the casting directors.
Okay.
Who get to do all that. So who knows? I hope it doesn't happen. I know this rumor started, I think, with Daniel RPK, and
yeah,
put him in the category of, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Because I can't stand them scoopers, man. Because I really believe a lot of times they making it up to get the clicks, get the engagement.
Oh, they totally are.
Yeah, because they got paywalls too,
Yeah, on Patreon. You know, they're like, oh, on my Patreon, I found this out, and this may be happening, and that may be happening, but who knows? There's nothing really that's been said about it. I don't really, at this point, I don't really care. I just want the show to start so I can clown it.
Okay. Man. All right, let's check this out right here. Now, this dropped, I want to say this news came yesterday. Cynthia Erivo is allegedly set to portray Voldemort in the upcoming Harry Potter series. Recent speculation indicates that the acclaimed actress Cynthia Erivo, recognized for her performance in Harriet and the forthcoming Wicked, might assume the role of Lord Voldemort in HBO Max's eagerly awaited Harry Potter series. If this is confirmed, Erivo will offer a novel and haunting interpretation of one of the most legendary antagonists in fantasy lore. Her portrayal could redefine Voldemort, infusing the character with a more profound psychological and emotional dimension for a new audience of fans. Now, that sounds like somebody that's a big fan of hers. What is your thoughts about that, Lorena And now you're a hardcore Harry Potter fan.
Mm-hmm. That last sentence is pure BS.
Okay.
And I'm going to liken it. What's happening with this Harry Potter show is the same thing that's happened with Star Wars, same thing that happened with Indiana Jones, same thing that happened with Star Trek, thanks to Kurtzman Trek, and the same thing that happened to Doctor Who. They are trying, if this is going from this last sentence, it seems like that's what they're going for. Oh, we're going to go for a new audience of fans. No, we don't freaking want a new audience of fans. The fan base is already out there. They've read the books for the most part, seen the movies for the most part. So they want to see basically a mini series of the book to slow down, to put all those nuances you got in the book that you couldn't shove into a 2.5 hour movie. Now, I do not know how true this is, and I don't think it's true for right now. And here's why. Cynthia's right now. She's shooting a film according to IMDb. So she's shooting Kuroshi. I know she's got to eventually do promos for Children of Blood and Bone because she is in that.
Okay, and that Blood and Bone is, I keep hearing that Blood and Bone is going to be something huge. That's huge.
Yeah. So it's a pretty pop. I have not read it because I was not freaking interested, but it's got some traction out there with that book. So you've got that. She's got a couple of other things that are in pre-production. So I don't see if this is true, hearing anything about her involvement anytime soon. Could they do this in the future? Yes, because Potter fans, if you think about it, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Voldemort was just basically a CGI head on the back of Professor Quirrell. So they can get away with that, not have her face or her voice or whatever, because you couldn't tell exactly what Voldemort was. We do not get to see Voldemort for who he truly is until Goblet of Fire. And that's book 4.
Okay.
So technically that could be 4 years, possibly 3, if it's her, for it to be announced.
Because from the little that I know about Harry Potter, because when I used to see it on cable, I used to kind of dabble into it, and I did notice in the beginning he was just talk, kind of like Lord of the Rings with Sauron. They will mention him, they will mention his presence, but you never did see him. Okay, and I noticed, when you go deeper into the movies, deeper into the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, then you'll start kind of seeing that character form. So you make a good point. We won't see her in that first season 1, right? We should.
Season 1 to season 3, we shouldn't see her in that at all. At least not with her actual likeness.
Okay. That's very interesting. If this happens, let's just say this happens, what do you think is going to happen internet-wise, social media-wise?
It's going to be a powder keg. It's going to be a powder keg, and if they do this, they have it coming, because it's bad enough that you cast this British Nigerian actor for Severus Snape, going against everything that is in the canon, in the books, and and in the movies, and you decide you want to go against that.
Yeah.
So if they do that, it's like I said, that's bad enough, but Voldemort is the big bad. Like, dude got his minions out there. He is so bad, people did not want to say his name. That's why they called him He That Should Not Be Named. And Harry was actually the one with enough guts to say dude's name, and people were scared witless. about Voldemort. You start to see, you don't see him, but you see who he's working through. You see the Death Eaters that he's working through. I mean, you meet Professor Quirrell in the first movie. The second movie, I think that was, second movie, Chamber of Secrets, you meet Voldemort in his, we'll call it his muggle form, okay? Because that was part, wait, no. Yeah, he was, his muggle form.
Okay, hold on for the normies.
Mm-hmm.
Voldemort is a muggle.
Yes. And
okay, now don't hold on, because I'm trying to be smart. I'm trying to see if I got the knowledge. A muggle is somebody not born to magical parents.
Yes.
One of them is magical. One of them is magical, and another one is not magical.
Well, let me put it this way: muggles are not magical. If you're thank you, David, half-blood.
Oh, he's a half-blood.
He's a half-blood, and here's why.
So that means his mom might have been magical. His dad wasn't magical.
Well, his dad definitely was not magical, and that's why he got a bug up his ass about being a half-blood. He hates it. His father, his mother. He hates himself. His mother was from a direct descendant of Salazar Slytherin.
Okay.
And she basically used magic to trick Voldemort's father into falling in love with her until she couldn't do it anymore.
Damn,
and he wound up leaving. Was who?
The mom. She evil?
No, she was abused a lot, because by the time this happened, but before she met Voldemort's dad, her family, they were like the ones with the with the distinctive name, distinctive lineage, from Salazar Slytherin, but they were broke as hell.
Yeah.
That's the situation that they were in.
Okay. That's kind of interesting, though, that story. Go ahead.
But the thing is, that's in the book. You don't hear that. That's in the book. So he basically hates the fact, he hates having his father's name, Riddle. He hates having that name. You find that out in Chamber of Secrets. Okay. And then in the third one, you find out some of this craziness that's going on with Harry's godparents. You see the conspiracies within conspiracies of people working for Voldemort. So it's just like, dang, it's getting really crazy. And then Goblet of Fire, that's where you actually meet Voldemort, because in the end of that right movie,
here, is this him right here, like attached to that man head?
Yes. Yeah, to the right.
Now who was the man head he attached to?
That is Professor Quirrell, Professor of the Dark Arts. You see, the joke in Harry Potter, well, not the joke, it's actually real. The Professor of the Dark Arts doesn't last more than 1 year. Something happens to him. So he was Professor of the Dark Arts, and he wore this turban, and people couldn't figure out why that was. Well, he unwrapped it, and dude's like the back of his face, the back of his head, anyway. So yeah.
So how is that gonna work? How that's gonna work with Cynthia Erivo head on the white guy head?
Just make her pasty. Make her pasty.
So Lorena, let me get this right. So you really don't have no issues with this though?
Oh, I have a big issue with that. I have a big issue with them making Voldemort a woman, because one of the biggest lessons of Harry Potter is that Harry saw him, he did not want to go down the same path as Voldemort at all. And Voldemort was the one who actually killed his parents, tried to kill Harry, but it backfired, and he had that scar. And ever since he's had that scar, he's like psychically linked to Voldemort. So you mean to tell me you're going to take that out and instead put a crazy older female young boy dynamic in there?
That ain't.
No, it's not going to work, because that was the thing. Everything that Harry's journey parallels what Tom Riddle's did, but in a different way. Tom Riddle wasn't Slytherin. When Ron told Harry there isn't a witch or wizard that went bad that who wasn't in Slytherin, he was like, no, I don't want to be in Slytherin. So he chose to be in Gryffindor because he didn't want to end up like Voldemort.
That's Harry Potter, right?
That's Harry Potter. He did not want to end up like Voldemort. He's constantly fighting against Voldemort.
Harry Potter is a Muggle too?
No, he's a half-blood.
Okay.
He's a half-blood. He's a
Muggle is somebody with no powers.
With no powers whatsoever.
Okay. Gotcha.
So with Harry, no, sorry. No, actually, he had magical parents. Sorry to back up a little bit. I was thinking Hermione.
David said his mom was Muggle born.
That's true. Yes, she was. Muggle
okay, did you ever have two Muggles? You ever have two Muggles that make a magical child? Is that possible?
Yes, that's Hermione. That's what happened with Hermione Granger, because they were like, "Oh, you're so smart. Are you in from one of the from what magical family are you from?" She's like, "No, my dad's a dentist." So the same thing that happened with Harry's mother, she was Muggle born, and then like around 13, she got a letter from Hogwarts, and they really weren't too pleased that there was a quote unquote witch in the family. So with Harry, his mother, of course, she was Muggle born and has powers. His father came from a magical family.
Okay. I don't know. You kind of picking my interest with this stuff. So I might check it out.
I enjoy reading the books, especially listening to the audiobooks. And
you think I need to check out the books before I check out the movies?
You don't need the books for movies 1 through 3, but after that, you're going to need the books. Because I didn't go back and start reading the books until the 4th movie, Goblet of Fire, because I'm like, it's all over the place. There's got to be stuff missing. And then I went back and read the books. I'm like, yeah, okay. So from 1 through 3, you're pretty good with just.
But see, I'm gonna be in danger too, because if I start reading the books, I know I'm gonna hate the movies. Or is the movies pretty close to the books?
Movies 1 through 3 are very close to the books.
Okay.
Because here's how J.K. Rowling did her writing. She had an idea of what she wanted to do. So she had read the first book, she wrote the second book, she wrote the third book, but her writing got better and the books got longer. Like the book was like this, and then by like 6 and 7, the book was like this.
Yeah.
With her writing. So
Lorraine, I want to show you something. I'm not sure if you ever seen this before. But it's a book. You're a Harry Potter fan. I'm a comic book fan. Something happened in the comic book world. This actually came out before Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen this right here? You ever seen that? It's called The Book of Magic.
No, I have not.
Okay, it's written by Neil Gaiman, the guy that do
Sandman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now he came out with this comic book series years before Harry Potter. A little boy with glasses is drawn into this magical world. Have this owl as a best friend. And when you compare it to Harry Potter, it's a lot of similar things going on. Okay, and people always wonder, why haven't there been any lawsuits that happen? And the reason why no lawsuits can happen is because they're both owned by Warner. So I just wanted to throw that out there. A lot of people don't know that this book, The Book of Magic, came out years before Harry Potter.
It's interesting how much is different, or if that's the only similarity.
I'm not saying that she ripped them off or whatever. But it's a lot of similarities, though.
Yeah, there's some similarities. Yeah.
Like this is one of the covers. This is one of the covers right here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of similarities. A lot of similarities.
That's interesting. I hadn't heard of that before.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
In closing with the Harry Potter stuff, you think the idiot's gonna come out to play when if Cynthia Erivo becomes Voldemort? If that happens?
Oh yes.
And that's gonna be like what months worth of content for them, you know?
Months worth.
Yeah,
months worth. The outrage train is gonna leave the station.
Yeah, Harry is like 3/4 blood. What that mean?
That's who say three? So is it 3/4?
See, this is too deep. I need to learn this
more. I would
lore.
say because his mother, I'll say half. I'll still say in a way that's no. Okay, so his mom's born with magical powers. Okay, she's born with that, even though her parents were muggles, and Harry's father is like pure blood. So yeah, I can kind of no, they're still magical. We've got two magical people.
He's saying 3/4 blood. Do the blood matter? Like the more pure the blood, the more potent the magic, or the more stronger you are? Is that how that works?
No.
Okay.
It's a class thing. People have to understand. England is a very class-centric society.
Yeah.
So the whole thing about class and who are, like royalty, like the Highmores, like magical royalty, that's like being a descendant of Salazar Slytherin. You're basically, royalty.
Okay.
Yeah, Salazar Slytherin was just
it's like going to Harvard. Is it like going to Harvard?
It's like going to Harvard. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the school that Harry Potter is in? Is it like a step below it?
No, they're all together. So Harry Potter course explained, there's 4 houses for Hogwarts. There's Slytherin, there's Gryffindor, there's Hufflepuff, and there's Ravenclaw. Because when Hogwarts got started, there were 2 witches and 2 wizards who wanted to put together a magical school. So they created Hogwarts. Eventually, they started to have issues and conflicts. Well, pretty much the other 3 got along, but Salazar Slytherin was like, no, F that. You need to be pure blood to be in Slytherin. And he only wanted pure bloods to get admitted into Hogwarts. And the other 3 were just like, no, we want to teach whoever comes to us who has magical powers.
So, Lorena, if you was a wizard, what school would you go to?
Oh, you mean what house?
Yeah, excuse me. What house? Yes.
Oh, Slytherin. I took the test 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Slytherin,
so you top notch, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm one of them.
Okay. Because from me looking from the outside looking in, I thought Slytherin meant you was bad.
No.
Okay.
Being Slytherins have a tendency to keep their nose in the air, and they think everyone else stinks. But that's just because of how ambitious they are. It's like pride, ambition.
Because snobby, I get it. Snobby don't necessarily mean you evil.
No, it's just kind of like, don't be around me, or you're not about business. I don't need to be around you. So they're very ambitious. They are they're very clever. They're very shrewd. They're the kind of people who will take in what a room looks like before they start talking to people and finding out what's going on and what they need to do. They're the ones that do stuff in the background. And then you find out. AG2D2 says, I'm a Gryffindor, took the test twice. I still love you, girl.
This don't turn into a Harry Potter stream, but hey, is it more? Is it one of the houses that came out with the more legendary wizards more than the other ones? Or are they all about even?
they're all about even. But if you're talking about witches or wizards who, you know, they really run off the reservation, that will be Slytherin. Slytherin, unjustly, has a reputation of having witches and wizards who went rogue.
Went rogue, what that mean?
So basically, they joined Voldemort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And why did they go with him?
Oh, because he promised them all kinds of things.
So he like the devil.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. That's why people are scared to death of him, because when Harry Potter, he survived that particular night, witches and wizards were getting murked right and left from Voldemort and the Death Eaters.
Okay,
they were all
putting me in when I'm trying to change topics. Okay, why was wizards getting killed left and right when Harry Potter survived the Voldemort? Why did that happen?
Well, we didn't know that at first. Only thing people knew is that this is the first movie. You will actually see at the beginning. He was the boy who lived. And I think the first chapter of the first book is titled The Boy Who Lived.
Okay, but hold on. You just said the night that Harry Potter was survived, people was getting killed left and right. Why was they getting killed left and right?
Because they were rising up against him.
Against Voldemort?
Against Voldemort and the Death Eaters. That's
okay. When
you go read Order of the Phoenix, which I had to listen to the audiobook. It was 16 hours and I freaking enjoyed every minute of it. That's
okay. Why. That's the route I might go. Audiobook. I might go audiobook.
The audiobooks are fabulous with the one narrator, not with, I think they're getting more people to record. Forget that. It was awesome.
Okay.
Hey guys,
what up, Bosco? You doing all right, man? Good stream. I always watch it before we go live. We got 40 people watching. Smash that like button. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a noob when it comes to Harry Potter. I don't know about the world. To me, when I just saw them fighting like this, it did something to me because I'm a big Gandalf wizard fan, Merlin fan. Wizards fight with staves in my book, but Lorena, she getting me into this world. I think I'm going to get the audio book of the first one because I can remember when I was a kid, when this book came out, I want to say I was in the 5th grade. No, I was in the 7th grade. And we had these things called book fairs. Young kids, y'all might not know about that, but we got this thing called book fairs. And the kids was going nuts about Harry Potter. And I was like, what the freak is so dope about this little boy on this damn broom? What is this all about? Everybody had to get that Harry Potter. Why? How did the buzz get so high? Was the story that good, Lorena?
It was, because in a way it was written from, I won't say from a child's perspective, but you have this young kid who goes on a hero's journey. You know, he doesn't have any parents. He's an orphan. He's stuck living in the basement of his aunt and uncle's house. He's got a spoiled freaking cousin and his life is miserable. So kids are like, what is that, like? What's going on? Does Harry get out of the basement? What happens? It's like, what happens next? And the kids, though, since it's immersed in a school setting, kids are going to be into that. Okay. Even if they're magical, they still have real world issues, bullying.
And that's what Lucasfilm don't get. Lucasfilm don't get that, Lorena. And we're gonna be talking about Lucasfilm in a minute too. You got to beat your hero down first. You gotta say, man, I feel bad for that guy. Let me see what's going, if they're gonna rise up. They don't make it relatable. All this Star Wars stuff that's coming out now, I don't care because I can't relate to him. I could relate to Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? I could relate to Princess Leia. When we met Princess Leia, where was she at? She was in a damn prison. They don't know how to write stories no more.
No, they don't know how.
Your hero don't start off strong. They don't start off strong.
And that's what they forget. The hero's journey, the hero doesn't go in a straight line. has some successes and some failures, successes, some more failures, and you see growth that's going on. You can identify with the hero because it's like, yeah, okay, he's a ordinary person. You know, it's kind of like with what movie did I just see recently on Netflix? Karate Kid Legends. Okay, formulaic. Kid comes over from Beijing, acts like he can pretty much kick everybody's ass, but guess what? He didn't. And he got his ass beat, and he had to put himself back together. And that's what people want to see. That has always been the classic formula. The hero doesn't look like he's going to beat the villain. The villain looks invincible.
Yeah.
You know, just like Palpatine was invincible with the freaking lightning and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, you can't even beat this dude. But I mean, a clone of him and brought him back.
Since we on the Star Wars topic, we supposed to switch over. This came out while we was not doing Dark Council. Let's check this out. We're gonna check this out. I don't think Lucasfilm got the reaction they wanted from this. Let's check out this trailer. And what did I just do?
I don't know. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Impressive.
Good shot, baby.
Adventures in Babysitting. Did I not say that?
Why is this a Grogu movie?
Because Grogu sells merch. Hey, Demaj,
how did John Boy?
Mark, hold on, man. Y'all can't just come. I'm like the old folks. You can't come in here just talking, man. Speak up, introduce yourself to the people.
They know who we are already. If you don't know who we are,
they
now,
don't.
D, come on now.
Maybe somebody new.
Yes, they do. They know who we are now.
D, how you doing, bro?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How you doing?
Man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well.
Lorena laced me up with all type of Harry Potter knowledge and lore. Y'all gonna have to go back and replay.
Yeah, I came right at the end.
Down. Yeah, she broke it down. Mark, how you doing,
What's up,
bro?
Mark? How you doing, brother?
Hi. My name is Mark, and you spell that with a C. And I'm happy to be here, with everybody, this evening. Yes. Thank you for having me on, Fatal. I mean, we got to go through all.
No
you see, D. That's the way you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hello, hi.
D just went right into the topic. And,
I like Oreo cookies.
All right, D. D, we just saw this trailer here.
What I want to say is real quick. What did John Boyega say all those years ago? We don't care. That's how I feel about that. We don't care. Okay?
Fellas,
that's how I feel about this.
Ladies,
I don't care about Ripley being in it either.
You know what? This moment right here, when we saw her, this was supposed to be it was supposed to be that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. I didn't care. You know.
Now, I'm happy to see Sigourney Weaver. I mean, it's not like it's a selling point, but you know, after all we've been through and everything like that, it's good to see her working.
True.
You know,
True.
Mark, I'd rather see her in Aliens. I'd rather see her in Aliens.
Damn, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, that goes without saying. You know, but you know, lest we be accused of just wanting to hate it, because you know they're always going to be like right there. You just want to hate it. You don't even give it a chance. You gotta wait and see. Okay, all right, okay. You know,
well, yes and no. I mean, if you're just some normie out there, no, you do not have to freaking give it a chance. You really don't. If the trailer does its job to put your butt in the theater, then it worked. But if it didn't, then it failed. But if we're out here commenting on pop culture, it's like, yeah, you kind of have to reset the slate before you go, you know, and see it. And you have to see it for yourself. Because like I said, you can't throw shade appropriately unless you've actually seen the particular medium. So the trailer, I mean, we've seen AT-ATs in the snow before. This is not new. There's nothing new.
No.
We've seen that on Hoth before. You just have Grogu doing stuff. It looks like another episode of The Mandalorian.
Look like season 4. Season 4.
Yeah, it doesn't really stand out. Of course, you know, Grogu's a cute little booger. He is, but he is what sells merchandise at the parks. Grogu sells a crap ton of merchandise. The only thing that outsells Grogu is original trilogy merchandise at Disney. At Galaxy's Edge, when Mandalorian comes out with Grogu, that's the only time you will see a crowd at Galaxy's Edge. Well, that and if Chewbacca is working on the Millennium Falcon, just Chewbacca, not Rey, screw that chick. But if people see Chewbacca come out working on, you know, the Millennium Falcon, people just like crowd around.
So Lorena, pretty much the only reason why we're getting this film is because Grogu.
Yes.
That's a damn shame.
That was the turning point. That Grogu just changed the game. I don't even think they were ready for Grogu. You know, when that whole thing started, everyone's calling him Baby Yoda, and that was the focal point. But you know, when the Mandalorian first came out and they sold it, it just looked like, well, first of all, it was like, well, I thought we were getting a Boba Fett thing, you know, and here comes this Boba Fett look-alike, and we thought, okay, so we're gonna get a bounty hunter badass type of story going on, and that didn't happen. You know, then it took this side quest where once again it's the babysitting thing. You got to get the baby to the Jedi, you know, and it just turned into something else to the point where now they're on the big screen. And have they really done a good job with world building here? Like what is going to happen here? You know what I mean? Like, where's the conflict? You've had like 3 seasons to establish something, and you know, what are they bringing us into here?
The only way I think this movie will blow up. Go ahead, D.
I'll say Gizmo did it better. You know, the Space Mogwai is not. It's not Space Mogwai in me. It's just not. Gizmo's cuter and he has a purpose. Okay, you are a 50-year-old toddler. I get it, Lorraine. I understand. I perfectly understand. It sells in the park, but guess who it doesn't sell to? Just think of a real good stat there. Doesn't sell to me, and people like me. It doesn't sell to me.
It doesn't sell to the hardcore Star Wars fans. It doesn't. And the thing is, Disney knows that. You know why they know that? Because whenever they put original trilogy merchandise out, it sells like that. You'll see sequel trilogy merch sitting on the shelves collecting dust, and the only thing that moves is anything that's Grogu related or original trilogy related.
What about prequels?
Yes.
Anything prequels?
Not really. It's it's kind of like it doesn't. It definitely moves better than sequel trilogy, but people mostly want the original trilogy when they go. Even when you go back and watch, let's say, Star Wars weekends, go back and you watch all the video back when, you know, before the dark times, the people would go cosplay. It was literally like a Star Wars convention every weekend in May. And most of it, again, people dressed up original trilogy. You saw some prequel trilogy stuff, especially, you know, Padme Amidala, so you'd see her. But the majority of it was original trilogy. And that's what people want. You know,
David,
the only character, I'll leave this in a minute. The only character that can walk through Galaxy's Edge and just have people lose their freaking minds would be Darth Vader.
Well,
and they don't bring him out.
Wow, they trying to erase it.
So David has a good point. Says the normies outnumber me. They do. However, do the normies really pay for stuff? Really? Are they really gonna push this movie over $1 billion? They want $1 billion. Every movie theater, every movie that comes out now, they want $1 billion. You think this movie's doing $1 billion? Do you?
I think they stand a better chance with the normies than they do with us. And David is right.
That's
you
true.
Guys know is what I've been talking about. You know, in the videos, it's like the only way these movies ever made $1 billion was through the normies. The hardcore fans is not what's pushing this. You know, they are in the process of redefining what Star Wars is, what Marvel is, what DC is. And they don't want a bunch of people talking about that's not supposed to happen because it didn't happen in the comics and that character would never do that. They don't want to mess with that. You know what I mean? They want people who are just going to consume whatever it is that they throw out there. You know, you put it on some impressive CGI or whatever, and they're going to take their kids to go see Baby Grogu, you know, Baby Yoda, just sit them down in the theater.
Now, Mark, I agree with you on that 100%. Well, that's different because that actually was for kids initially. Like that was the whole thing. But my thing is, just look at you're saying that let's look at how like the Fantastic Four and Superman performed. Those are both like you talk about like Superman really and Fantastic Four, the one that everybody's been really waiting for, and they didn't do what they wanted because you know the magic number is 1 billion. And they did not hit that. Neither one of them did. I don't think this is not going to do what they want them to do. It'll make some money.
What did they say?
Oh yeah, you might get them.
Can I play the advocate? I believe it could hit $1 billion. I believe it could hit $1 billion.
Now, remember the last time we had $1 billion bet? Matter of fact,
yes, I got that video for you. I said I got the video for you. I got the video for you.
Okay.
Now check this out. I believe they could have a trick up their sleeve with this movie. You see a guy in a black silhouette. You know they're gonna probably do it on the trailer. A guy with a black hoodie on or a brown hoodie on. He gonna have that black glove on, and when he hit that lightsaber, it turn green. Do you think it's a chance that they hit $1 billion then?
No.
I'm so pissed off. No. Because the first time they did that, they executed it perfectly. We did not see that coming. So for them to try and do that again, I mean, you have to remember, didn't Luke put him in the space Uber and send R2-D2 with him back? He didn't take him. He didn't take him back.
Luke basically washed his hands of him. So why would he be in the movie?
Man, get him out of here. Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Be like, get out of here, kid. You bother me. Get out of here.
Yeah, they just want the normies who are going to buy the popcorn buckets, who are going to buy all the merchandise, who are going to, do all the tie-ins with the laundry detergent and freeze pops and fruit snacks and all of that stuff. Just to consume product. They really do not care about the hardcore fans.
Also,
they don't.
With the normies, also chasing after normies. See, normies, they're the ones that get superhero fatigue. You know, they're the ones that get Star Wars fatigue. And
That's true.
I think what they're dealing with now is they've gone to the well too many times. You know, obviously the fans, we will always be there. We have always been there. But the normies are a fickle audience, man. So I think that's why what the Fantastic Four and Superman, I mean, Superman just wasn't that good, man. I mean, it wasn't going to survive word of mouth. It just wasn't. You know what I mean? But other than that, I think that the normies are just kind of like another one. Oh God, the multiverse. Like, what are we looking at here? You know what I mean? And after a while, it's just, I mean, because we all went through it. You know, when we used to be coming up reading comics and stuff like that, people who were not into the comics, they thought it was a joke. You know, when they hear people talking about this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I still work with guys. What's this?
Yes. Demon Slayer. Alex sold the #1 anime movie, beat the box office takes for Fantastic Four and Superman.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's because the lovely people in Japan know how to make a damn good story. Okay. That's what it is. They know how to do. They know how to do the story. They know how to. Yes, that story is amazing. I mean, just the premise alone, without knowing anything about it, right? Let's just say one of your entire family gets murked by a demon. They turn your sister into a demon, and you have your mission is to try to save your sister, bring her back to humanity. That's the premise of this. That's the premise of it. And he's going through all this to try to save his sister. I mean, come on, you can't beat that. And his trials and tribulations of him trying to get as powerful enough to be able to kill the biggest, baddest demon, aka Michael Jackson.
Is this spun off? Is this spun off by like a TV show? Is there like I know there's the movie, but there's something before the movie, right?
There's a manga.
Yeah. So and there's a whole bunch of episodes, Mark.
Yeah.
It's a TV show.
Way they did this,
it's a TV show and anime TV show. It's on Hulu. I think it's on Netflix. Definitely on Crunchyroll. What is it like?
But it is on Hulu.
Seasons? Yeah.
Okay, because I have Hulu, you know, so
I watched it.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, because I started to look at the movie. All right, on you know, that thing that you have that involves fire and a stick. I don't know, you know. So I tried to look at that, and I was like, you know, clearly, I'm coming. This is already in progress. There's something before this because I'm coming in cold, you know. But I'm hearing all of this good stuff, so I am gonna have to go back and see how and where and why this all started.
Yeah, I'll give you the same advice that Demonte
I will say this
with Mugen Train, because I thought I could just go and see Mugen Train. He was like, no, you need to actually watch the episodes or you'll have really no idea what's going on. And it's not because the film is bad. It's just there's so many things that were explained in the TV episodes that you wouldn't get some things that would happen. The same thing with Infinity Castle, because there's certain things that you'll see where it's just like, oh, I know what that means, and why certain people, when there's a certain demon, why people are like, oh, this is not good.
Okay, hold the ball. Lorena, you know I'm an anime head. Lorena D. Is it better than Attack on Titans?
Yeah. I thought that last season of Attack on Titan disappointed me.
Oh, it was horrible. I didn't know. Although I have to say,
I didn't like that last season.
I did kind of like the end, but
okay. But hold on. I ain't speaking on the season. I'm just speaking on how legendary
overall.
Attack on Titan. Just overall legendary aura. Is it better than Attack on Titan?
I like Demon Slayer better than Attack on Titan. I do.
Wow, I gotta check it out now.
I would agree. I would
agree.
I've seen both.
Just because Attack on Titan is my favorite anime of all time.
Attack on Titan is fantastic. I'm not putting shade on it. I'm just saying I like Demon Slayer better just because of the fact of what the premise is. Like, he's trying to save his family. That's the only family he has left. Just think about that. Like, you're going against every odds possible to save your little sister, who is, by all intents and purposes, she is in her own right fighting for her brother too, because if she partakes in human flesh, she becomes a demon for real. She has the wherewithal to know that
that's
why
she got that thing on her mouth.
Correct.
Yeah, that's why she got the
she does not partake of human flesh. So that she's fighting her own battle to keep her family intact also. Which, by the way, she will put, if you go after her brother, oh no, she will snap. Like if against another demon, she will snap on him. She will. She won't do it against
another thing about
she will kill.
Another thing about Demon Slayer is the actual villains. Like you've got Kabuki, who's like Michael Jackson. He's the head.
Yes, Michael Jackson.
But
Muzan.
When you start, Muzan. Oh my God! I was like, why you look like Michael Jackson from Smooth Criminal? They said, yeah,
he does. That was the meme. Like they did that on purpose too.
Great.
They did that because Michael Jackson was a big pop star in Japan. So yeah, when you see him, everything with the hair, everything, it looked just like him. When the demons get slayed, okay, you find out how they became demons in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's something that I did
feel
not.
For the demons.
They do, because the demon has no memories of their life until they about to die. Then you start to see, and they start to remember, and it's so sad because some of them are just like, I where's my family? I don't know what my family is. Is this happening and that happened while they're disappearing away? So that's something that's really cool. I didn't expect to see that, but yeah,
it definitely made.
You know what's funky here? You know what's funky is that we started talking about Mandalorian and Grogu, Superman, and then ended up talking about this. Like it just tells me right there. Like how superior it is. Like it was so natural. It was just like, we're not talking about that. Let's just get on to this,
What do we like? You know what? I would love to talk about stuff we like more often. Like because between Star Wars and Marvel and DC, they're not doing it for me.
Well, they're not learning. They're just not learning. You know what I mean? Like obviously, this is superior storytelling. It's superior writing, and it just doesn't hold up. Next to this.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this.
Now you've seen some of my shorts I've been doing. I've been making a point to do like little shorts on One Piece, and I just tell you, what is it? We had 1,145 episodes, and it still feels brand new. It just feels like it's not the they keep improving on what they're doing. They keep telling the stories that you want to know about, and they put so many plot points in there that I don't know how they're going to end this because they have so many plot points that they got to finish and tell. And I'm just looking forward to all of them. I really am.
You said
One Piece? And that's what I was talking about the Mandalorian, not like making the transition to the big screen. Okay, great. But what are you coming with? Like, you had these seasons and dude is like, I mean, he doesn't take off his helmet. Like, you don't really know the character really too much after all of these seasons. And it's just, it's just really bad storytelling, man. And,
And I remember when
that
one. No, okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, finish.
I was just going to make the point of back in the day. I remember when Star Trek first moved on to the big screen and we saw the original crew and everything like that. Like it just felt big. It felt great. Even the motion picture, which is, kind of, it's known to be slow and everything like that. You're just like, good Lord, it's Captain Kirk again. You know what I mean? And it's Spock and it's McCoy and all of these iconic characters, are here and they're on the big screen. And it just felt great because you knew them, with the Mandalorian, what are we looking at here? You know what I mean? And they had a good amount of time, like I said, with all of those seasons to establish a character, a central conflict, and they just didn't do it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to him, Mark. Even though I love the Raptor when Kirk said, "God," that really takes me out the movie, man.
I love the second one. Oh my god,
that takes me out the movie, man. Because
it took you out of them. Look, that's peak William Shatner, bro.
Yes, it is.
You got 100%. You did
that's a little bit of the cheese factor
Yeah, it's a
Captain
little
Kirk. You got
cheesy,
a little
man.
cheese with it, but he's still a cool dude.
Hey,
it's
I'm
a little, cheese, but it's still good.
Yeah, I'm a Trekkie to the heart, but that was a little cheesy. That was a little cheesy.
And to this day, the most like the most crushing cry I've ever had in a movie still is when Spock, when he died. And it can even happen today watching it now. And I know he's coming back. And I'm still gonna cry watching that scene.
When I was a kid and I saw that messed me up.
Yeah.
That messed me up when he died, man.
Yeah, because I didn't like when Spock died.
That
definitely
yeah.
Nobody was expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that, man. Speaking
of
of something terrible though, Star Wars Starfighter rumor plot involves Rey Skywalker. Here we go, folks.
I heard about this.
Here we go, folks. Daisy really,
all right.
Daisy really Rey again, rumored to be in the future of Star Wars. Rumors surrounding Star Wars Starfighter say the movie story follows Ryan Gosling character as he protects the son of a female Jedi played by Amy Adams. Flynn Gray is the actor playing her son, who is force sensitive. Gosling character is said to be non-force sensitive, but tasked with keeping the boy safe from villains. Additional rumors say the rumor is true, and the mission centers on Amy Adams' character delivering the child to Rey Skywalker.
Oh, why does it sound exactly like the Mandalorian Grogu? Like they don't have any other plot points. Deliver the child to the Jedi. Ooh, yeah. Wow. I'm so excited.
Why do they keep trying to make Rey happen? No.
They're never going to give up on that one.
No, they're not.
But what do you say about the possibility that she's playing Mara Jade?
Oh, I will. No.
You got a good point, Mark.
That ship is so.
It's not my point. I've been hearing it.
I'm sorry. You can't do it.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
D, what did you just say?
That ship is so.
You said they can't do it.
They can do it. Oh, they can.
You know
they will.
You know they
Look
will.
at her, bro. They will.
I'm just saying.
They will do it.
I mean, at least she's a redhead. I'll give them that.
That's true.
Yeah. At least they give it that. But she's supposed to be married to Luke Skywalker, and there is no other substitute to that. There's no. She's way too young to be married to Luke Skywalker in his present form. Not unless they do a de-aging thing and they have a meet up or whatever. I don't know. But hey, I don't know. Hey,
but we don't know the time. We don't know the time frame of this movie, do we?
But check this out.
If they're delivering it to if they deliver him to Rey, that means Luke. Oh wait, no, Luke should still.
No, yeah, you're right. No,
Luke
that's
should
right.
still be alive. Yeah. No, I forgot. Oh my God, that's right. The last Jedi existed in this freaking timeline. F this movie from the jump. F them, okay? I don't even want to hear it. F this
Hold on, man. Let me finish reading the news. So Amy Adams' character in Star Wars Starfighter is reportedly a Jedi. Her son, Flynn Gray, is force sensitive. Now, I'm tripping out on this dude in the comments. He says, so now Jedi are allowed to have children?
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Yes, once Luke took over, yes, they were. That's one of the things he did. I mean, there might be some more versed people who might have a little disagreement on this, but I feel that the reason why Luke did that is because he obviously wanted to build the Jedi Order, and B, he realized doing that is what led to his father's demise. So he was like, you know what? Let's not hide it anymore. Let Jedi have, feelings, because that is part of the Force, and part of the light side is having love. You just can't have a unhealthy attachment to it. That's what Anakin's problem was. He had a very unhealthy attachment to Padme.
Man, that scene on the volcano planet, that looked like an episode of Cops. If you think about it.
Which one? What?
When he strangled her out?
He tried to strangle her.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm just like this.
He was definitely abusive.
Yes, he was.
He what they call it?
Like
what's the criminal name? Yeah, what's the criminal name for it? Domestic violence. That was
yes,
definitely domestic violence.
That was domestic violence.
Yeah. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Star Wars news. We're gonna be back with some more Marvel news and DCU news. I hope you guys care because this stuff is terrible, man. It's not inspiring. It's not fun. It just sucks. We'll see you in a few minutes.
It's fat as Albert.
And I'm gonna keep it fun for you. Ain't none of y'all chiller than our crew. We carry guns now and sport them to the chains, stealing from each other while we slang that cane. Your mama got a bad behind.
This is L. Cosby coming at you with lots of guns. If you're not careful, you get busted in the head before it's done.
Hey, hey, hey.
Mama got a fat behind.
Hey, Joe, you play like a bitch today.
Huh?
My daddy said you're overpaid sack of shit.
Fuck you and your daddy, bitch. Give me that goddamn coat.
Oh, fuck off.
You got the look that's making you a winner, and everybody wants it, baby. You got the look that says that you're a star, every night and every day.
Very.
Hey, are you tired of those curl activators only coming in 8-ounce sizes? Try berries, 40 ounces of pure curl activator. You know, you look so good when you wear berries.
Boy. Wee, it's me, Snuggles, motherfucker. Here to tell you about these cheap-ass dryer sheets. If I was you, I wouldn't buy this shit because they cheap as a motherfucker. I smell some shit. Nigga, did you pee on yourself? Get this stinky-ass shit off me. Damn. These sheets like they've been between your wife's legs. Let me pull back this goddamn shit. See what's up? Man, that goddamn cheap-ass Snuggle shit you trying to make me sell. Damn.
New Snuggles. Buy it or I'll lose my goddamn job.
Always a goodie.
I got a question.
Yo, the dripping from the juice from the Jerry curl almost sent me.
That used to be you.
That almost. I know. I told you. I wish I had to. I've been trying to tell my mom, yo, can you find this picture? I mean, I was like 4, but I had Jerry curls. I'm telling you, I'm not. I promise
Bro, how
you,
did
I had.
you feel though? Like, how did you feel having a Jerry curl?
I thought did you cool at 4? Come on now, I was 4 years old. I thought I was.
We need to find the pictures, bro.
More like 14. Stop
picture,
it.
bro. I was 4. Trust me, I was 4.
Y'all think Jerry curls ever come back though?
Hell no,
Bro.
they ain't coming back. That's too creepy. Yeah, I had to sleep on the shower cap on. No. I had to sleep. I had to sleep with a shower cap on, bro. You don't understand how crazy that is? That's crazy.
I literally saw a kid with a Jerry curl a few weeks ago. I saw it. There was a Jerry curl sighting. It could be coming back. Trying to give y'all a heads up.
Was they dripping though, Mark?
Bro, it was glistening in the morning sun, man.
He said it was glistening.
This kid was walking into my son's school, and I had to do a double take. I was dropping him off. I was like, I know that's not. It is. It was.
Hey.
I was like, oh my God.
Jerry curls?
Yes.
Did you hear the soul?
Wow.
I don't know who this kid's parents were, man, but they should be locked up.
Don't never say never, D. Don't never say never.
Well,
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got lag too, man.
I probably do.
You got a terrible lag. You do. I promise you, you do. This is my question right here on the screen. Which team wins? That's a good matchup, ain't it? That's a good matchup.
I'm giving it to the Turtles.
I'm not giving it to the Turtles.
Yeah, yeah.
The reason why I'm saying that is because Red Hood, he likes to kill. And Damian likes to kill too.
Yeah, he does.
And then you got to think Dick Grayson is damn near on Batman's level. Then you got to think too when it comes to Tim Drake. Tim Drake is a genius like Donatello. Who you guys think? Double A say the Robins.
Make a poll, man. Make a poll.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know how to do that. I'm not smart.
Not
how do you make a poll? Do I have to go on the YouTube side of things?
Yeah, you got to go on the YouTube side.
Oh, yeah, that's too much work. Nah, let me do it. I'm going to do it. While I'm doing that, you guys let me know. Y'all quiet. That is a
I'm trying to process this. I'm trying to process who's going to win that. Because you got to figure the Turtles, they are mutants, and they also have, I remember back in the day, I don't know if you remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video game that was on NES, I think. And they basically talked about how strong their shells are. Like each shell is actually different for each one of them. So I'm thinking to myself, like, their shells alone could be a problem for them, especially if they, protect themselves. So I don't know. I was gonna say like you, Fatal, like the Robins definitely have an edge, especially when you talk about Damon and Red Hood. So I don't know.
Just on the strength that they kill, will they get the opportunity to kill? Is the question,
bro.
Doesn't make them, huh?
Nah, I just realized I've ruined this poll, but y'all do it anyway.
Oh.
I'm not really into DC like that, so I can't really say.
So Lorena,
I think when things get real, the Turtles will go nuts, man.
Yeah, but you got to think the Turtles don't kill though.
No. Hold up. If we taking the original Turtles from the original comic,
you're right, Dave.
they kill.
You're right. Yeah,
they kill.
You're right.
Because the Turtles was not. The Turtles was not a kiddie thing. It became a kiddie thing once Nickelodeon got their hands on it.
That's right.
But the Turtles were gangster. They were gangster back in the day. So I mean, that's something to take into consideration too.
I got to root for the Turtles because, like I said, I'm not really into DC. I don't know, but I do know Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, just because they're gonna kill. I mean, this is like the whole Batman kill thing. Like I saw that come up on Twitter last week, where people was like, Batman needs to be killing. He needs to be. I don't understand the fascination with killing. The ability desire to kill does not make you stronger. It definitely doesn't make you a stronger hero. You know what I mean? Like I always felt that it was compelling that Batman, like it's a compelling part of his character that he doesn't kill in his present form. Like I know, like when he first started out, what he was and everything like that. But I just think that there's something to be said for character, and strength of character. I would give it to the Turtles, man, because I think that when the going really gets tough, I think they know how to turn up.
Yeah. I don't know, man, because they all got that ninjutsu style. I'm talking about even the Robbers. The Robbers know martial arts and all that stuff. They got more gadgets. If it's no rules, no holds barred, I'm thinking the Robbers. But I mean, it would be a good fight from both sides,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
All right, next topic. I thought this was real interesting right here. I want to say Marco Lorena gave me this topic right here. YouTube has agreed to pay $24.5 million to settle a lawsuit for suspending President Trump's account in 2021. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
I wish they paid me for suspending mine.
There you go. I was about to say that.
Like I
wish they would stop suppressing people's channels, because this gentleman right here should be at least 50,000 minimum. This gentleman here, he should be at 50,000.
Much love, brother. Much love. We should all be up there, man.
Agreed.
All of us. Nobody works harder.
I couldn't find the topic, but it's news out there too that YouTube is bringing back channels that they did suppress or they blocked.
Yeah, they did. They did
during Joe Biden's presidency. And I know I ruined that word, but excuse me. So this the game they playing where we work hard, talented people, and they can just suppress our stuff like that. Because like you said, Mark D, I'm telling you, I did that Rings of Power and I was killing it. And then I'm thinking, how is these clowns reaching another level and I'm back at square one?
Bro,
I thought maybe
I got my ideas.
Listen, hold on. Listen, do you understand? I've been in the 1900s for almost 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years I've been in the 1900s.
That defies all logic. Defies all logic.
By stupidity, I should be at least 2,500. Stupidity, just from random people. Stupidity should be 2,500. I'm still at 19. I just went back to 1970. I went back. I fell down to 1960. Now back to 1970. But for 2 years, I've been in the 1900s. That's crazy. That's not even statistically possible.
Well, no, because listen, man, it's like the way I see it. If a creator is corny, take me for instance. If I'm just corny, I'm just corny. You know what I mean? It's like, and you're not gonna get to a certain, like if you get over like 1,000, you're going, close to 2,000, subs, whatever the case may be, and you just stop. There's a problem. You know what I mean? It's like you see your growth, you're tracking your growth. I've seen people on here predict like when they're gonna cross the 20K mark, and a lot of times it's within another month or so. Like based on their level of or their consistency of growth. But when you get to a certain point and it just stops, and you just flatline right there, you know what I mean?
Just flatline, bro.
Like there's an issue, and each one of us have experienced this, where your channel is just like taking off and everything, and then all of a sudden it's boom, and that's it. You ain't going nowhere. And we're talking about for years, and you watch people who game like 2 years after you, 3 years after you, and they're like, you see them coming up, they're like, oh, you're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, I love you. And then all of a sudden they're looking down at you talking about, it sucks to be you, man. And they're like all the way up there somewhere. And it's just like, this ain't natural.
No, it's not. No, it's definitely some fugaziness going on. But here's like I say, listen, YouTube, you can do what you want. I ain't quitting my day job. It's probably because I said that plenty of times that I said that and they probably recorded, but I ain't quitting my day job. And this right here is basically my time capsule. So it's for those who come after. That's how I feel about that. In the words of Expedition 33, it's for those who come after. That's what my channel is for. So if tomorrow I wake up and I hit 2,500, I'll be happy. I'm not gonna not say I'm not happy, but I know it ain't gonna happen. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and it is what it is.
Hey, peep this though. Check this out. This is just in. Well, it's not just in. It's been out for a few days. YouTube admits the Biden administration pressured them to censor Americans, offers terminated channels opportunity to rejoin the platform. That's cold.
We all knew that.
We knew, yeah.
As soon as you say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, oh, you're an instant phobe, whatever they want to throw at you, that when you're trying to say actual factual stuff, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to be like, you can't say the CV or anything about the CV, and if you don't want your channel, something to happen to your channel, you can't mention about XYZ. You can't mention about that conflict over there. You can't say something about this. Clearly, there's rules to this that we don't know about. That we know about, but we don't know what, because they won't ever tell you what you did wrong. So you can,
Beto, you might want to get rid of that symbol over there on the right corner there.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know how to.
Yeah, because stuff is happening, bro. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was just gonna just double down on what D is saying. I mean, it's just a lot of BS that's going on here, and it's not going to get any better.
No,
you know, and that's the reason why I was just saying, man, it's like people got to be careful, man, because this whole freedom of speech thing is something that we always take for granted and stuff, but we're supposed to have that. You know, YouTube was always broadcast yourself.
Yes.
You know, that's what it was called.
Yes.
You know, I don't like for one bit that we have to talk in code. And you guys know I talk about this a lot. You know what I mean? Because I just feel so strongly about that. Like, we worship the God of the algorithm when we should be protecting our real life rights where we can say this stuff. Like, why not? Why not? Why can't we say, you know, the things that we want to say? You know, obviously with responsible, you know, we have to be responsible about it.
Yes, 100%.
But, you know, what they're talking about here, like when my channel was in jeopardy because I was talking about that you know, that COVID stuff and all that, I was not saying anything that was not true, you know, and that's how I got my awakening, because I'm like, they're really going to do this. You know, they're really, like, I was pissed off about that. Like, I can understand if you got me for saying some stuff that wasn't true or whatever, but really, you're going to threaten me for saying something that is true. And it's like, okay. But once again, I realized that if you would do that to the president of the United States when he was kicked off of Facebook, I'm like, if you would do that to the president,
you'll do it to
me. And everyone's crying about Jimmy Kimmel. Man, they kicked the president of the United States off of social media.
And Jimmy Kimmel was suspended. He was suspended, not fired. He was suspended, not fired. Okay, that's what everybody keeps. They keep trying to throw it around. The man was suspended, and he was not fired. And they threw that shit around as if he was like, "Oh my God, freedom of speech." Okay, again,
you don't get freedom of speech from your employer. I mean, you have freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences from your employer. But they will not. They won't talk about that.
No,
right.
Well, because they were all about suppressing us.
I want to ask y'all a question, not to throw nothing off, but to stay on topic too. You guys ever notice when y'all drop a video, y'all lose subs?
Oh yes.
Or is that just me?
The more you do, the more you lose. The more you do,
the more videos you do, the more subs you lose.
I was getting more subs when I wasn't monetized, y'all. That's what makes it so crazy. Like, remember what you just said, when people could count when they're going to make that, you know, that next milestone. When I wasn't monetized, you know, and I was just before the great fracture of the fandom menace, but I knew when I was going to hit, and I hit that 1,000, and then I got them 4,000 hours like that. I got that like that. Within it, like the instant I want to go hardcore and try to get monetized, I got monetized within that year. Within that year, and then it was just done. No more for you. I said at the end of the game, for you. That's what happened.
After you a Seinfeld fan, no soup for you. But this game here, after reading this, the game is rigged.
Oh,
the game is rigged.
Oh, it's rigged.
They don't want us. They don't want us to be the new PewDiePies. They don't want us to be.
Listen,
what's the boys, the Luke Pauls or whatever they name, Logan Paul, whatever.
No, listen. If
they don't want us there, they suppress it.
If we were on here talking ignorant, dumb-ish, we would be. That's what they want. If we was talking ignorant, dumb-ish, they would be.
Oh Lord, you are so right.
We would be at 150 million subs right now. Okay, that's what we would be at. But because we try to teach the East as rap intended. That's what rap was for. If we're trying to teach the East, they don't want that. That's why. Listen, they said that. You know what's crazy? I had to, which is crazy, because there was somebody on Twitter. They was talking about I don't know, whatever this. I think this Sexy Red. She did some stupid song, and they like, oh, this is exactly blah blah blah. Of course, but my thing is, look at what they want to magnify. They will magnify Sexy Red because she says stupid stuff. And then somebody like Abu or myself who drop knowledge on the mic, they be like, where you at? I don't see. I can't. We'd be like John Cena. We can't see Devagina. That's what happens. You can't see none of us.
And James, D, real quick, this is kind of segue into another topic we're doing. I'm glad you said that about John Cena. I'm not liking James Gunn. I'm really not liking James Gunn. Let me tell y'all what James Gunn did on the latest episode of Peacemaker. I know y'all haven't been watching it.
No,
good
I
for
haven't
you.
watched
Watch what this fool did. So, with this season 2 of Peacemaker, the whole synopsis of the show is that Peacemaker is going into this parallel universe, dimension. Y'all remember in Superman when they were going through the dimension in the movie?
Yeah.
But this show is playing off that. Okay. So Peacemaker, he sees a better life for him. It's an alternate universe. He killed himself in the other universe, and he pretended he's his alternate universe, and his life is perfect. Okay, cool. I'm not really feeling the show that much like that, but I'm rocking with it because I'm a DC fan. We get to this new episode, and I noticed in the back of my mind too. I was thinking, okay, when he go into this parallel universe, it's no people of color, and I ain't using that term. So come to find out, ladies and gentlemen, at the very end of this recent episode, it's a black girl character. She's like one of the main characters in Peacemaker. She's walking through the neighborhood, this white neighborhood. And the white people are looking at her real strange. And then it'll cut to Peacemaker doing something. Then it'll cut back her, they looking at her real strange. And then they say, hey, it's a black. All the people in the town are chasing after her in this last episode. And then Peacemaker, he sees a flag. He thinks it's the American flag. When he flips it over, it's a Nazi sign on the American flag.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that floating through Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you mentioned John Cena, that made me think about that. James Gunn is losing his mind, man.
Oh,
okay.
All I gotta say is this: I pretty much had it with this whole United States is the boogeyman. It's all about, you got to worry about, the people jumping from behind the bushes and kind of scare you and try to take you out and all the stuff like that. I'm tired of that narrative at this point. And the problem with it is that the youth are eating this up and they're just loving it. And they're not understanding that the same ability that you're able to speak at what you're doing is because you're in this country. You try doing that in any other country, see how far you'll get. I'm trying to tell you. See how you can't even do this stuff in across the pond now. You say something crazy online across the pond, they come in the bootstraps coming to your house across the pond. Never mind in any other place. And y'all see trying to act like the United States is the worst place ever. You see, that's why I have no clue now. I got that right back there now just to piss off the freaking people who think that's a problem with that.
All right, D. That's what I'm talking about. Represent. But I do.
Listen, you don't get to represent Brooklyn if you don't represent the United States, baby. I'm just saying, you can't.
Yeah, it's about time we remembered that, man. I think the last Tuskegee Airman died this past week. I think he made it to 100 years old. And we have to remember, man, that we've been here for a long time. You know what I mean? Like people are trying to act like we just got out of slavery like 2 months ago or something.
Correct.
We had a whole civil rights movement. It's like what you're talking about, Fatal, is like with what they did with Peacemaker. Like there's this concentrated effort to just keep us in a state of victimization, like victimhood. We always got to be the victims. We're getting chased around and all that stuff. Like I didn't see the episode, so I don't know exactly what he was getting at, like the point that he was trying to make there. But I've had it with that, man. I've had it from coming from a place of you're a victim all the time. You know what I mean? It's like we need to be in more of a position of power, more of a position of our characters are well-rounded, well developed. We're talking about, like, what if we were a panel right now and three of us as black men were arguing about black women, and Raina was here arguing about sorry ass black men, I guarantee you we'd have about 85 times more views right now.
Yes.
Because those are the ones that you see, especially when you're talking about a black panel. Like that's what Black people come out to see. You know, that's what they support. They support the dysfunction. You know, because unfortunately, that's where we're supposed to stay. We're not supposed to be unified or anything like that. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep.
And see, I didn't even know about this news.
I didn't either. If you are in I'm forgetting where that town is in South Carolina. It's on I-75. You can stop and check out the Tuskegee Airmen Memorial. And I highly suggest people do that. The airfield is there. You find out about all of them, how they trained, everything. This was not some small feat with the Tuskegee Airmen. They never lost a plane that they escorted.
That's what I heard.
They
that.
never lost one. And
they said that George Lucasfilm didn't do the dudes justice.
Red Tails.
Really? I haven't seen it. I know he got a lot of pushback trying to get that movie.
They said his wife pushed him to make that movie.
Well, he made it.
He made it.
You know, but also, you know, the Harlem Hellraisers. I did a video talking about them as well. You know, but the video that I did talking about the Harlem Hellraisers, it got like next to no views. I mean, we don't support that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like we just don't. You know, like I said, our priorities are all out of whack. You know, because if we keep waiting for other people. Yeah, we keep waiting for other people to validate us and stuff like that. It's not going to happen.
No,
you know? It's like we go on.
And the worst part about it is that when somebody like yourself, Lorena, Fatal, even myself, when we try to, you know, again, like I say, teach the East as rap intended, what's the first thing they're going to come out in the chat? What they'll say? What they'll say? You know what they say? Raccoon this, Sambo that, this and that. You can't try to teach without, because then they say, oh, you worried about sucking up to the white man, this and that. Like, it'd be so stupid. Like, bro.
Well, yeah.
Most Black, especially growing up where I grew up, they were conservative. Most Black families were conservative. It wasn't a liberal thing. It was a very conservative thing. Going to church every Sunday, not cussing, you know, no marriage out of wedlock, all that stuff. That's all I grew up with.
Yeah,
that was very conservative.
The worst thing you can do now is act like we're somehow in control of our own destiny. You know, is be accountable for ourselves. You know, when people start hearing that, it's like, well, you want to ignore white supremacy? You want to give them a pass? It's like, bro, all I'm saying is, how long before we just say, listen, I'm in control of me. You know, correct. I'm in control of my house. I'm in control of my family. You know, I'm looking out. I'm protecting my daughter. I'm protecting my son. You know, like it's not going to happen here. But for some reason, when you do that, you just tap dancing for the white man. You was a coon and all this stuff. It's like, correct. Man, as long as we're doing that, we're never going to get any better, bro. Not ever.
And that's such a inferiority. Excuse me. Complex when people talk about white supremacy. I'm like, no, basically what they're talking about is Black mediocrity. Okay. There was a point in time where, you know, having Black people show up in all kinds of parts of the arts and sciences. I forgot, I put something on X not too long ago. This Black dude. Okay. The video game technology used by Atari and I think Konami, this dude actually worked on it. I did not know that was a Black man that actually worked on it. And I had to go and retweet that. But it is about Black mediocrity. Do you notice, and there's people in our own sphere who do this, when it's Black people fighting, they cannot wait to retweet that and say, what's the matter with these people? I said, okay, well, when I see some white people fighting, all right, I'll do the same thing. How you gonna, you know, it's ridiculous, but they love to jump on that. But yet when you celebrate Black excellence, it's DEI, it's this, that, and the other thing. It's like, you know what, you can't, you can't get your validation from somebody else.
Correct.
Nah,
And
man,
you know, and you can't get your validation from white people. You really can't. You usually the people that are calling you coon and whatever. First of all, they don't know that mostly because they can't do it themselves or even try to do it themselves. They'll call you that until you got money, then all of a sudden you okay. You know, you're okay. You're fine. You're fine with that. But they want to keep us perpetually as a victim so they can say that they had something to do with it. Because if you look at, it's like, why are there so many slave movies with just us being constantly oppressed and whipped or whatever? I mean, Harriet Tubman was a little different. You don't see stories like Robert Smalls, who was the first Black congressman from South Carolina after the Civil War. Do you know this dude commandeered a Confederate ship off the coast of South Carolina and sailed that thing toward the Union lines and was instrumental in destroying the Confederate fleet that was there? People don't talk about that. And there's numerous stories out there about that, because you'll hear Republicans, and I'm crossing you out too, will say, oh, well, we freed the slaves. Like, what? You think Black people just sat there and didn't do anything? You know, you had the Massachusetts 54 Regiment. You had people who were given intel and all that. You didn't do it on your own. You really didn't. We weren't just victims.
And the worst part about that, Lorena, is when you do have a story like that, like when they had the 666, what's the first thing that comes out of their mouth? Oh, it was just the mailroom. Oh, it's just this. Oh, you can't have it both ways. Either we helped and we did stuff and we contributed. Like I can't stand this whole, like Mark said, I can't stand this whole concept that Black people's history started and stopped at 1619. We gotta
thank you.
That it just annoys me that seems to be like on either side. You got the people who leaning on the stuff. You got the people who want to downplay what we did. You got the people who want to play victim. It's like everybody's sitting there, instead of just focusing on doing your best thing that you could do for you, your family, yourself. Focus on that. And listen, I would be the first to admit, of course, yes, the United States has had some bad times. It was no country's perfect. But to be fair, this is still a very young country, to be fair, right? And for us to be at the strides that we've done in such a short time, I mean, come on now. Because you got to remember, even you said we had the gentleman who just passed away. He said the Tuskegee Airman. He was 100 years old, right? The country's what, 249 years old? Think about that. That's still two people. That's two people. If you
that's our great grandma.
No, I'm just saying, if a person can live to 100 years old, 200 years is only two people ago. Think about that.
That's what I'm saying. That's our grandparents.
Yeah, exactly. That's 249 years old. That's a shorter time that this country's been around. And you still, and even though it's in a short time, it's like, of course, we're not out of the woods. I'll be the first one. We're not out of the woods, but we gotta stop acting like it's pre-1940. We gotta stop that. We have to.
Understand. I met. Go on, Raina, please.
No, I was just saying. That just pisses me off. It's like you have no idea how good we have it here in the United States. I mean, my grandfather, who served in World War II, he went over to Europe, and of course he looked Dominican or whatever. And this white dude thought that he was white, and he found out he wasn't. He said, well, this is a white man's war and you have no business being here. German guy told him that. He said, you know, it's a day that ends in Y that I don't get called the N-word, but I love my country and I will fight for my country.
My country.
And that's, you said,
there it is.
Yeah. That's exactly what he said. And tell you, there's so much you do not know how good we have it in this country. You guys were talking about the UK. You can't even put out the Union Jack. You can't even walk around with St. Andrew's Cross around.
Correct.
You know. But
listen, I met the Tuskegee Airmen like 2 times in my life, you know, and I remember I got a chance to chop it up What's up, Star Killer? Yeah, I had a chance to
what
chop it up, you know, a couple of times and everything. And, you know, it's funny because D, when we met up in New York, actually, if we had time, my mom was like, come, bring them by. And I know one of the things she would have done was show the, because I got in the newspaper talking to the Tuskegee Airmen. And, you know, the newspaper, you know, the picture can be dark, right? So I'm dark skinned. The picture is dark, but my eyes are like this while I'm talking to him. And my mom always loves to show that off because I'm damn sure like this while I'm talking to him because I was just so riveted, right? So wide-eyed and everything.
That's dope, though.
And I was asking him, I'm like, so listen, I'm like, man, what do you think? Like when you came up versus the way it is now? He's like, what was more like dangerous, do you think, you know? And he said, definitely, he said now, because he said back then, we all knew what we were fighting against. He said, like now, things are changing. And this is a real OG. It's like we call people OG all the time, right? But this dude's been around forever, you know? And he was just saying, you know, people hating each other is not necessarily a natural thing. We work together. We pull together. You know, 9/11 was a good example of that. You know, my mom was working in the towers and everything, and people came together to help each other. That's what America really is, man. You know, we're there for each other. You know, even with our biases and our bigotry and things like that, we come together. But there's something afoot out here now, especially with the dawning of social media and things like that, where strings are being pulled deliberately to pit us against one another. You know, in 100%. The games that they play, the games that they play with our TV shows and things like that, where they make everything want to seem like gay people are invading this space, black people are invading this space. You know, we all should be hating each other. We should, you know, this one has been race swapped and everything. This is all a psyop, man. You know, and we keep jumping through these hoops, unfortunately, where, you know, we act like we just can't see it. So the minute they start pulling these strings, now it's time to start hating this group over here. It's time to start hating that group over there. But we don't see who's doing this behind the curtain. But it's definitely something. And ever since that man told me that the enemy used to be more, what we were faced with used to be more blatant, used to be all out in our faces. We knew where the racists were and things like that. Like now, the racists are the ones that are acting like they're your friends. You know what I mean? And, you know, they're the liberals. You know, they're the, you know, that those people.
Magical liberals. The magical liberals.
Yeah. Yeah. American Society of Magical Liberals. It's like, there it is. Yeah. And we trust them. You know, as black people, that's our default setting. You know, we're supposed to be liberal. We're supposed to be progressive, Democrat, all that stuff. It's never helped us, ever.
No.
You know, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in now. And we don't even support one another.
Yeah. It's that, I forget that was it. It was like a experiment when they had all the red ants and the black ants inside the jar, and they would be coexist fine or whatever. And then you shake the jar up, they start killing each other, and that's basically what's happening all the time. We're all on this planet together. All of us are human beings.
It's happening so fast.
And somebody out there shaking that jar up all the time, shaking the jar up, and just got us all fighting. You know?
Well, it's like what Booker T. Washington said, and I highly suggest if you have not read it, go read his autobiography. As he even said back then, you have a certain group of people who financially benefit from the races being at odds with each other. You go back and read that, and it's just like the same thing. Yeah, Darth Plato got it. Yep, exactly. He warned about that back then.
Like, listen, guys, remember, not even that long ago, right here on YouTube in our space of fans and stuff like that, and we used to do crush streams and things like that. Like, you know, you could be on this person's panel, they could be on that person's panel, whatever. You see how things have turned out in these last couple of years. It's happened fast, where we can't even necessarily do that anymore because the audiences have changed so much.
They have.
That, you know what I mean? And it's happened right before our eyes. You know, so it's deep, man. And like I said, it's not a natural thing. No. But we just don't see the game that's being run on us because we're in it.
Me and D, when we had Keepers of the Force, this one dude, he used to hop on the show with us all the time. Now he probably got one of the biggest channels on YouTube, and I don't want to guest star him on those shows. You know, totally different topics, totally different mind frame. You know, and this is the stuff that gets promoted. It just made me think it's some evil puppets.
Of course,
YouTube.
It is, man. It is. You know, that's why, you know, like I said, it can't just be about, you know, subs and views and stuff, because you really got to protect yourself. You got to protect who you are and your dignity and stuff. And, you know, people who rock with you will rock with you.
Yeah,
that's 100% right.
Yep.
Yeah. We got less than 10 minutes to knock out this news. This is the first news right here. James Gunn. This is James Gunn news. James Gunn says,
oh boy, here we go.
James Gunn says they might focus on DC movies being about major known characters rather than unknowns. I'm probably not going to do certain movies with characters who audience don't know. It's harder to get people in the theater for that kind of thing. You think?
No, really?
This dude, man.
Really? We go to see a Superman movie and it's basically Superman and the Justice Gang. Sometimes James Gunn just needs to shut the heck up. Seriously.
You know what? It's, you know, I think he got lucky with Guardians, you know, because they weren't as well known in everything. You know, Marvel's a little bit different. Like DC, they have iconic characters, and then they have throwaway characters, like nothing characters. You can't even do anything with them, really, you know, but you damn sure better get Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman right, you know. But like I said,
even
DC
the Flash
is different from Marvel in that way. Yeah, exactly.
I tell everybody this. James Gunn started the Marvel formula. The way those movies are now, it started with Guardians. Before Guardians, it wasn't really a Marvel formula. The movies was good. Don't get me wrong. But James Gunn started that silly, you know what I mean, bright and colorful MCU. It started with him.
Yeah, he's the most successful doing it, that's for sure. But you know who I feel like they're overlooking, though, that I really think is got a lot of potential? I think the Teen Titans. You know, if they can find a way to get them on the big screen the right way, I think they could be huge.
Mark, they're not gonna do it though. They don't have the writers. They just don't have the writers for it, man. It's just not gonna happen. Let's go to the next news. This news right here. James Gunn says casting Superman is harder than casting Batman.
What?
This is James Gunn.
Listen to his reasoning. Go on, Philo.
This is James Gunn talking, ladies and gentlemen. So Batman's wearing a mask. Batman doesn't have Batman face. Hold on, let me see if I'm reading it right.
What?
Batman doesn't have Batman face. Maybe they meant Superman doesn't have Batman face. I don't know.
They transcribed it wrong. I don't know.
I'm just gonna read it how it is. Batman doesn't have Batman face. Like the thing about our Superman is that they've all had Superman face. That's a specific sort of thing because people kind of have some idea of what Superman looks like from the comics. Thoughts?
God. Oh my God.
The hell?
So he's saying it's easier to cast Superman because we see his face. With Batman, he's wearing a mask, so he's easier.
Backwards to me.
It's very backwards.
I have a question, and I'm just a normie, but when Batman has the mask on, he's Batman, but when he doesn't have it on, he's Bruce Wayne, and you can see his whole face.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come on, man. It's not that hard. James Gunn.
No.
Man. Holy crap. Wow.
Now, next news. James Gunn, man. I had a lot of hope for James Gunn. And I think I still must.
Fatal.
You did.
Every time this guy opens up his mouth, it just worse.
It comes out.
Hold on. I got one, Fatal. You might know this one. It's from Dragon Ball Z.
Every time you open your mouth, you prove you're an idiot.
Bro, you sound just like
James Gunn.
Bro, James Gunn, you ruined the experience. He ruined the experience, man. Now I will admit, Marvel got this right. Check this out. Marvin Jones III has been cast as Tombstone in Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's spot on.
I think
that's
a good casting.
It's the role he was born to play.
That's a good casting.
Yeah. Mark, I agree.
If they give him the flat top, he get the flat top, it'd be perfect. Give him the flat top.
Bro, he got that Tombstone voice. He got the voice. He got the
watched him on Black Lightning.
Yeah.
I think he voiced him in the animated series too, though.
Really?
This guy. Yeah, I think
he voiced Tombstone?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Good job.
That's a good casting.
Even though that's a dope casting, my expectations is still low for more.
Needless to say.
Last news of the night, Lorena. I think this is from Lorena.
It is for me. Yeah. Where is it?
We got Glenn Powell, Michael B. Jordan, or Romer to be in talks to star in Joseph Kosinski's Miami Vice remake in theaters on August 6, 2027.
Hashtag Lorena was right. Did I not say that if they did another Miami Vice movie, who would you cast? And I said Glenn Powell and Michael B. Jordan.
Wow.
They were listening to you, Raina. They're listening to you.
I called it.
I'm just worried about this remake, though, man. I had it with remakes. I'm just sorry.
It depends on with remakes. It depends on how you do it. If you do the remake that obviously pays attention to the lore itself, usually they wind up being pretty good. Instead of just a remake to just say, oh, we're doing something shot for shot. Miami Vice TV series, because yes, I used to watch that all the time.
Me too.
I thought I wanted to be a homicide cop, though I told I was probably working in Vice. But anyway, there are so many episodes and so many cliffhangers from that show that the movie could be done with any one of those. Especially if they have the Jan Hammer music. You gotta have the Jan Hammer music. You gotta have the boat explosion. You definitely gotta have that. You gotta have the slick cars because it's in Miami. And you have to have a pair that their acting bounces off of each other perfectly.
D, have you ever seen this Miami Vice remake?
No. I didn't see it.
You need to. You need to.
It looks interesting, though.
It's
all right, if you're gonna show them, I'm gonna need to see my man Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas.
Okay, I got you.
Pay respect to the OGs, bro.
Okay, I got you.
It's got to be the 80s clothes. That's the other thing.
Yes,
they have to have the 80s clothes.
The other day at work, somebody was playing the Miami Vice theme song like last week. You got to understand. Yeah. Oh my, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah. Bro, that's the vibe right there, bro. That's the vibe right there. You got to understand what this used to mean to us back in the day, Fatal. This was everything back in the day.
Hey, you know that's Madam Webb's dad.
Y'all don't get it twisted. I know I'm the youngest of the crew, but I was raised at my grandmother's house. I saw all the classics because she wasn't putting it on no cartoons, no nothing. So I was, I'm watching court shows. I'm watching Andy Griffith. I didn't even know for the longest Matlock and Andy Griffith was the same guy.
Don't feel bad. I didn't either, man. For some reason, it just wasn't clicking with me.
It
still really doesn't. It still really doesn't. You know.
When I found that was the same guy, my mind was blown forever. You know.
Yeah. But this right here, bro, it's like you got to feel this, man. You got to hear Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in. You know what I mean? It's right there, bro.
Oh no.
I don't know, y'all.
Classic, right? That's a classic right there. Now I need to hear that song.
With everything Michael B. Jordan is touching, it seems like it's turning to gold. You know?
Okay, but can he be Ricardo Tubbs?
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Question.
I think
he's a good actor. He is.
I think he can do it. He got range. I think he can do it.
I think he can do it.
Michael B. Jordan is one of them actors
in Sinners, and I was like, does Michael B. Jordan have a twin or something like that?
Yeah.
The way he was able to do
he did
that,
a good job in Sinners. He did a good job. He did a good job in Sinners.
Michael B. Jordan is one of them actors.
What was that movie he first started in? It was with the superpowers. That's the first thing I remember seeing.
No, he. You're right.
But I saw him in.
Yeah, he had a joint before that with Coogler called Fruitville Station.
Fruitville Station, yeah.
He was dope in that. That was a sad movie.
But rated the Sinners thing. I mean, I'll never get over like the first. I had to do a double take. You know, the first time they showed him and he passes the cigarette to himself. You know, he passed the cigarette. I was like, wait a minute. Did he just like it just showed me where we are? Like it used to be where you could always see the line somewhere. Like that was just seamless, bro. I was like, it was good. And the way he played the two of them, he didn't go like over the top for either one of them. They were alike, but they were different. And his portrayal was so subtle. I had to respect it. It was great.
Yes. He did a good job. 100%.
Michael B. Jordan is one of them actors where you forget you watching Michael B. Jordan. That's an actor to me.
True.
You know, I watched The Rock. That's The Rock. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of interested to see what The Rock doing this new, because they saying this is the one, but I need to see it for myself. The one where he playing the wrestler.
Yeah.
But
is that how?
I gotta give Michael B. though. I gotta finish giving him his flowers though, because I remember in Creed, because he's done this to me consistently, like the way he delivers lines. In Creed, when I think it was the first one, and his mama, you know, Felicia Rashad, or maybe it was his girlfriend, like asking him why he has to do this, right? Like, what are you doing? What do you have to prove? And he says something like that I wasn't a mistake or something like that. And I remember the time I was just like, yeah, it just hit me the way he said it, you know, just like in Black Panther, you know, what did he say? Don't bury me, but at sea or something like that. You remember when he did that cold line at the end where he tells Chadwick, I was like, yo, it's just something like he's got it.
Didn't he said something like bury me in the sea with my ancestors or something like that?
Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah.
Hey, he was powerful. You know, a lot of people don't like to say this. A lot of the counterparts. Do y'all rank him as top 3 greatest MCU villain?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do too.
He was unrepentant. I mean, yeah.
He was up there. But a lot of people don't. But a lot of people don't want to admit that he top 3.
Oh,
you know?
That's because we're in day and age that we're in right now, and you know how that is, bro.
I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna end the show. Thank y'all so much. Make sure to smash that like button. Lorena Creole, where can the people find you and what you got up? What you got going with your?
You can find me on X, causing all kinds of mayhem. Then of course you can find me on YouTube. Spice Lounge is now on Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. We're talking about everybody's canceling, boycotting, getting their panties in a bunch about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl.
What's all that about?
I don't even know who that is.
Is he Skittle Nation or something?
I don't even know who that is.
No,
probably.
No. He's a Puerto Rican reggaeton / rapper. I know who he is. Okay. I have some of his music. But apparently some people are upset because, well, one, too many people think he's Mexican. I'm like, no, he's not. He's Puerto Rican, and he's a United States citizen. That's the other thing. People do not put those two together. And, you know, the other thing is that they're like, well, he doesn't even, you know, sing in English. I'm like, no, stupid. He got his notoriety through singing in Spanish and rapping in Spanish. So, what's the freaking problem? Last year was Kendrick Lamar. Y'all bitching about you couldn't understand what he was doing. Couldn't hear,
Lorena,
couldn't understand him.
I'm glad you said that. Y'all ever notice there's always controversy right before the Super Bowl? This is planned. It's planned.
This is
well,
planned.
you know what? Let me just say this: the Super Bowl is historically where America comes together, you know, and it's got to be something to shake things up because we're living in a day and age of division, you know, which is why I do tend to be critical about Super Bowl halftime shows, only because I don't think they're meant to be cutting edge. You know, I think they're meant to be something that does bring people together. Like I don't know, you know, it's like it's not a matter of what I like personally. It's about what we can all vibe to, you know? So when, for example, when Prince did his thing, you know, to me, that was one of the all-time great Super Bowl halftime shows, right? Everybody was blown away by that. I don't like a Super Bowl show where people are going to be like, what is he doing here? What is she doing here? I hate this. Even if I don't agree with them, just because this is supposed to be the time that we all come together, you know?
But Mark, you know where this division happened with the Super Bowl, right? With a certain Super Bowl performance.
Where it began, you're saying?
Where it began. Do you remember?
Which one would you say that was?
When we saw that nipple.
I saw that live. I was watching the Super Bowl with my dad.
Oh, Janet
and Justin?
Yeah.
Like, what? Did you just see?
I was in high school when I seen that.
Do you think that was an accident? That he did that as soon as he said, I'll have you naked by the end of this song?
There was not an accident. Something my dad said at the time that I was just like, really? But then again, it made sense. He said that was nothing new because Mick Jagger did that to Tina Turner's dress at a performance once. Like
when Justin Timberlake ripped that off, you can't tell me that was a suit malfunction.
No, that was on purpose, and he admitted that was on purpose. Well, he didn't want to at first because Janet was like, "Yeah, we practiced that. That was on purpose because that was too clean." You know, like the breakaway pants. That's how. Yeah. That's what that looked like.
When that happened, that's when the division happened with the Super Bowl performances. I'm serious, man.
You might have something there.
And ever since then, it's been controversy.
I've been waiting a long time for that with Janet, though. You know what I mean? I wasn't sorry.
I didn't see what the problem was. I was just like, I've seen her in concert, and I haven't never seen a malfunction before. But now we got one in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
D, where can the people find you?
You can find me on my channel, Damajini, DMAJINI. I have the Spellbroken Gaming on Saturday, Spellbroken Live on Sunday, which I kind of been switching up a little bit just because I've been super busy at the job. It's just been worn out. So the game is a little easier for me to do. I don't have to do so much prep. So I've been doing a little extra gaming lately. We're going to get back on track real soon. Other than that, I will say this. When it came to Bad Bunny, I was like, who? I didn't know who that was.
For real.
I was like, who is that? Who?
I thought it was a girl, to be honest.
But
it's only because I listen to
Isn't that Bad Bunny, girl?
Bad Barbie.
Isn't that Bad
Bad
Bunny,
Baby? Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about. The one that said, catch me outside.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
how about that?
Yeah, catch me outside. How about that?
You know, I could see if people were mad that you were performing, you know. Because I don't even think she have an album.
But yeah, other than that,
she making a lot of money though.
Well, she does.
Oh yeah.
She does have an album. It was trash. Just like most everybody, all these people out there calling themselves get in front of a mic, they got no skills. They just go in there, do some auto tunes and sing, whatever. But whatever. Don't let me get running on that track anyway. But check it. Like I said, I will have a recorded video for you Friday, and then obviously the Spellbroken Live gaming and live on Saturday, Sunday. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Mark,
where you can find me? Well, you know, the algorithm makes sure you can't find me nowhere, bro. So you're gonna have to trust me. I have a channel. Trust me. It's wild, Fatal, because I remember in my comment section, someone said to me before, because we had just done a collaboration, and they were like, I didn't know you knew Fatal J. I'm like, bro, we've been streaming together for years. For years.
For years at this point.
That's
my brother.
Mark, that's funny you said that because they said that on mine. They said, you know Mark with a C? And I just ignored them because I was like, what the freak? Is you trolling?
That's
the
bro, on my channel. On my channel, I have the Dark Council link. I have all of us on the link in my channel.
But
I'm like, how do y'all not know that?
It's YouTube.
It's wild.
I mean, they just said it. They literally just said that they suppress channels and block channels. That's what they do.
That's true.
But on that note, thank y'all so much. Continue smashing that like button. Share the stream because YouTube is not going to share it. We appreciate you guys. Stay safe.
Like that smash and share the stream.
Share the stream. Don't fall for the lies. Come together. That's what we meant to be here. That's why we on this earth to come together. We're not meant to be division and all that type of stuff. Thank y'all so much. And we out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Peace.
Anyway, now that we're at the I am contemplating mysteries of the universe as to why and how did I get tricked into this. Shout out to the Lord Commander Demontanai. I'm gonna get you for this, bro.